Today we are discussing about proton pump. You can also call it as hydrogen pump. So this is a proton pump which we are discussing today. Proton pump is mainly expressed on lysosomal membrane. It is mainly expressed on lysosomal membrane. So as to create acidic medium or acidic environment inside the lysosome. So within the lysosome we have an acidic environment. This acidic environment is mainly created by the proton pump. And during cellular respiration, which mainly takes place in the mitochondria. See, for instance, if I am making the mitochondria here, roughly I am making a diagram. So this is the outer membrane of the mitochondria. So this outer membrane is a smooth membrane. And then after we have inner membrane, which is folded one. See, if I am making here a folded membrane, so this is inner mitochondrial membrane, which is a folded membrane. Now, this is a matrix here. If I am making it, so this is a matrix here, mitochondrial matrix. This mitochondrial matrix, it is rich in protons. It is rich in protons, and this we call as mitochondrial matrix. Chondrial matrix, and this is known as the intermembrane space. Intermembrane space. Now here is the movement of protons. See, we have this inner membrane. On it we have a presence of a pump. We call it proton pump. Now that means protons are moving from matrix to the intermembrane space, so as to create proton motive force or proton gradient force, which is essential for generation of ATP. This is very important point which you have to keep in mind. That is, the matrix rich in a proton, they are actually taken from matrix into the intermembrane space, and when they are thrown into the intermembrane space, they create a proton motive force, or we can also call it as a proton gradient force, which is essential for generation of ATP. So we can see also say they are also expressed on inner mitochondrial membrane, taking protons actively from mitochondrial matrix to intermembrane space to generate proton gradient force. It's very important thing which you have to keep in mind. So they are also expressed on inner mitochondrial membrane, where they are taking the hydrogen or protons actively from matrix into the intermembrane space, so as to generate proton gradient force. Now the next one which we are discussing is that hydrogen potassium pump. Both are P-type pump. That means they use the ATP, they consume the ATP, and there is a phosphorylation of the pump which leads its activation. You have to keep in mind. Next one we have is a proton potassium pump. This proton potassium pump is also a P-type pump. That is activated during phosphorylation. It is mainly expressed on it is mainly expressed on parietal cells of stomach. What is their function? They maintain pH, acidic pH of or acidic condition of gastric juice. What is the condition? What is the gastric juice? What is the acidic pH on the pH of gastric juice? That's about approximately it's 2 on pH scale. That is, it's strong acidic because 2 is there. It's not a weak, it's a strong acidic. Now we'll see how it gets expressed on how it helps in to create the acidic environment in a gastric juice. Let's take the one of the cell. Say for instance, we will take a cell here. We are taking the cell, this is a parietal cell. If I make it roughly, this is a parietal cell here. Parietal cell of stomach. This parietal cell on this side it's having blood. See, stomach is supplied by blood. Say on one side it's having blood. And when you go into the stomach, we don't have any blood, we have a hollow space. We call that one as a lumen. See, this is a lumen side and this is a blood side. Now, towards the lumen side on the plasma membrane of the parietal cell, we have presence of a pump. We call that pump as a hydrogen potassium pump. This pump, which is towards the lumen side of the parietal cell of the plasma membrane, it helps in influx of, from the lumen, there is an influx of potassium coupled with efflux of proton. You have to capture it. That means the potassium moves from lumen to the intracellular space and hydrogen moves from intracellular space to the lumen. Now two pumps are also here present, two transporters, which are mainly responsible for the transport of the chlorine. Now chlorine is actually rich on the blood. See, this is the chlorine here, which is on the blood side. Now this chlorine is taken by this transporter. It first reaches into the intracellular space. Then from intracellular space, it is taken by the chlorine transporter into the lumen of the stomach. Now this chlorine as well as this HCl, H proton, they combine together to form the HCl, which is known as hydrochloric acid. So the acidic environment gets created inside the lumen, which is approximately about 2 on pH scale. And this acidic environment, this HCl, it converts a pepsin, an enzyme that is zymogen, pepsinogen inactive enzyme, into the pepsin. With the help of the HCl, hydrochloric. That means in the acidic environment, this pepsinogen is converted into an active form, that is a pepsin. This is an inactive form of this enzyme and this is an active form. So it gets activated only when there is an acidic condition. How the acidic condition gets created? It is mainly on the one side of the parietal cell of the stomach, we have the blood, on another side we have the lumen. And blood is rich in a chlorine. It is taken by the chlorine transporters first from extracellular matrix into the intracellular matrix, then from intracellular matrix into the lumen. Similarly, we have a proton potassium pump, where there is from the lumen the potassium moves into the intracellular space and the hydrogen moves from intracellular space into the lumen. Now this hydrogen and chlorine combines to make the HCl, and this HCl is essential for conversion of pepsinogen into the pepsin. Pepsinogen is an inactive form, while as pepsin is an active form. Now tomorrow we will discuss about glucose transporter.